The cameras are rolling. The crowd falls silent. Tiger Woods, 15-time major champion, one of the most decorated athletes in history, stands at a microphone, his hands trembling slightly. He's about to say something the world isn't ready to hear. Something about his son, Charlie. Something that will make headlines, spark debates, and reveal a side of fatherhood few understand. "He embarrasses me," Tiger says. The room gasps. Social media explodes. Headlines scream. But what did he really mean? Was this a father's frustration? A moment of brutal honesty? Or something deeper, something that reveals the impossible pressure of being the child of a legend? Because behind those three words lies a story that goes beyond golf, beyond celebrity, beyond the carefully crafted image we see on television. It's a story about a father watching his son navigate expectations he never asked for. A story about viral moments that capture seconds but miss the truth. A story about what happens when the whole world is watching a 12-year-old boy try to find himself in his father's shadow. This is the real story. The one that matters. And it starts long before those cameras started rolling. Before we dive in, if you believe stories like this matter, the ones that go beneath the surface, hit that subscribe button. Because we're not here for clickbait. We're here for truth. December 2024. The PNC Championship. A father-son tournament that's become appointment viewing, not because of the competition, but because of them. Tiger and Charlie Woods. The gallery follows every shot, every gesture, every whispered conversation between holes. Phones are raised. Cameras click. And somewhere in that crowd, someone captures a moment that will change everything. Charlie steps up to the tee. He's wearing the Sunday red that's become his father's signature. His swing, fluid, controlled, eerily familiar, sends the ball soaring down the fairway. The crowd erupts. Tiger watches, arms crossed, that famous intensity burning in his eyes. Then he does something unexpected. He shakes his head. Smiles. And in a moment caught on a hot mic, says to his caddy, "That kid embarrasses me. He's out driving me on half these holes." The internet heard only 3 words. He embarrasses me. Context vanished. Nuance evaporated. Within hours, the clip was everywhere: TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Some laughed. Some criticized. Many debated. But few stopped to ask the question that actually matters: what's it like to be Charlie Woods? Imagine for a moment being 12 years old. You love golf because your dad loves golf, because some of your earliest memories are of him putting you in a high chair in the garage, letting you watch him practice. You love it because it's your connection to him, your language together, your safe space. Now imagine that love becoming public property. Every swing analyzed. Every tournament appearance dissected. Every move compared to the greatest golfer who ever lived. Not because you asked for it. Not because you chose it. But because of who your father is. That's Charlie's reality. Tiger Woods knows this better than anyone. He grew up under a different kind of microscope, his father Earl molding him into a prodigy before he could tie his shoes. Tiger Woods wasn't just a name, it was a brand, a prophecy, a weight. And Earl, for all his genius as a coach, made sure the world knew, this boy will change golf forever. He was right. But what did it cost? Tiger's childhood was regimented, filmed, packaged for consumption. By 3 years old, he was on national television. By 21, he was already carrying expectations no human should bear. The pressure created greatness, yes, but it also created fractures. Personal struggles. Public scandals. A relentless scrutiny that turned a human being into a symbol, a narrative, a debate topic. And now, watching his own son navigate that same terrain, Tiger faces a question every parent of a gifted child must confront: how do you protect them while letting them fly? The "embarrasses me" comment wasn't criticism. It was awe. Pride. A father marveling at his son's talent, delivered with the dry humor of someone who spent decades being the best and now watches his kid surpass him in small, beautiful ways. But the world didn't hear it that way. The world heard drama. Tension. A storyline. Because that's what sells. Here's what the viral clips don't show: the hours before that moment. Tiger and Charlie on the range, working through Charlie's swing mechanics. Tiger's patience as Charlie hits shot after shot, making adjustments, asking questions. The way Tiger kneels down to Charlie's level to explain ball flight physics, grip pressure, mental approach, not as a coach drilling a student, but as a father sharing what he loves with his son. The cameras don't capture the moments between rounds when Tiger asks Charlie if he's having fun. When he reminds him that this is supposed to be enjoyable. When he tells him, explicitly, that he doesn't have to be Tiger Woods. He just has to be Charlie. But try telling that to the 10 million people who've watched the swing compilations. Try convincing the commentators who can't help but say, just like his dad, every time Charlie makes contact. Try stopping the golf industry from salivating over the possibility of another Woods dynasty. You can't. The PNC Championship has become a phenomenon because of them. Viewership has tripled since Tiger and Charlie started playing together. Sponsors circle like sharks. The media narrative practically writes itself, the legend and the legacy. Like father, like son. Tiger's greatest victory, his son. And Charlie? He's just trying to play golf. There's a video from the 2023 PNC Championship that didn't go viral but should have. Charlie misses a short putt. The kind any golfer, pro or amateur, kid or adult, misses 100 times. His shoulders slump. You can see it on his face, not just disappointment, but something heavier. Awareness. The knowledge that this miss will be analyzed, discussed, possibly memed. Tiger walks over. Puts his hand on Charlie's shoulder. Leans in and whispers something. Charlie nods. Takes a breath. And smiles. What did Tiger say? We don't know. But we can guess. Probably something like, forget it. Next hole. The same thing Earl told him 1,000 times. The same thing every golf parent tells their kid. Because golf is a game of recovery. Of moving forward. Of not letting one moment define you. Easier said than done when that moment lives forever on the internet. The thing is, Tiger understands the burden of expectation better than almost anyone alive. He's spoken about it in interviews, carefully, reluctantly. About the weight of being Tiger Woods. About the loneliness of perfection. About the impossible standard where anything less than dominance is considered failure. After his 2019 Masters victory, his first major in 11 years, one of the greatest comebacks in sports history, Tiger didn't celebrate the way you'd expect. He held his son. Tears in his eyes. Not because he'd won, though that mattered. But because Charlie was there to see it. To understand, in some small way, what his father had endured. What he'd fought through. Why it mattered. That moment was for Charlie. A way of saying, this is where I came from. This is what I did. You don't have to do this. But if you choose to, I'll be there. It's complicated, raising a child in the shadow of your own greatness. Because the love is real, the desire to share what you know, to bond through the thing you're best at, to give them every advantage. But so is the risk. The risk that your gift becomes their prison. That their identity gets swallowed by yours. That they never get to answer the question, who am I without you? Tiger has said, in interviews, that he never pushes Charlie to practice. That golf is Charlie's choice. That if Charlie wants to play football, baseball, video games, whatever, that's fine. And you can tell he means it. But you can also see the conflict in his eyes. Because how do you separate love from legacy when you are the legacy? The viral moments everyone obsesses over, the perfect swings, the clutch putts, the fist pumps that mirror Tiger's, they're real. Charlie is genuinely talented. Frighteningly so. At 12, his swing is more mechanically sound than most college golfers. His course management is advanced. His composure under pressure is remarkable. But here's what matters more, does he love it? Or does he love that it makes people, especially his father, proud? That's the question every child of a legend faces. And it's one that can't be answered at 12. There are hundreds of stories like this throughout history. Michael Jordan's sons, Wayne Gretzky's kids, Kobe Bryant's daughters, who were finding their own path before tragedy struck. The children of greatness navigate a unique psychological landscape where support and suffocation often feel identical. Some thrive. Some crumble. Some quietly step away. And some spend decades untangling who they are from who they were supposed to be. Tiger knows this. After the "Embarrasses me" moment went viral, he addressed it, sort of, in a post-tournament interview. With typical Tiger deflection, he smiled and said, "People love to twist things. I was joking with my caddy about how strong Charlie's getting. That's it." But then he added something that felt more honest: "I just want him to enjoy the game. Whatever that looks like for him. Whatever that looks like for him. Not I want him to be great. Not I want him to win majors. Not even I want him to play professionally. Just enjoy the game. On his own terms. In his own time. As himself." That's the real story. Not the viral clip. Not the perfect swing. Not the speculation about future championships. The story is a father trying, imperfectly, publicly, under impossible scrutiny, to let his son be his son. And maybe that's why that "embarrasses me" comment hit so hard. Not because of what Tiger said, but because of what we projected onto it. Our obsession with legacy. Our hunger for dynasties. Our inability to let a kid just be a kid. Charlie Woods doesn't owe us anything. Not highlights. Not perfection. Not a sequel to his father's story. He's a 12-year-old boy who happens to be really good at golf and happens to have a famous dad. That's it. That should be enough. But in the age of viral moments and instant narratives, enough never is. The 2024 PNC Championship ended with Tiger and Charlie finishing in the top 10. A respectable showing. Charlie played beautifully, a few spectacular shots, a few mistakes, a lot of learning. Exactly what you'd expect from a talented young golfer still figuring things out. After the final round, Tiger wrapped his arm around Charlie's shoulders as they walked off the 18th green. No cameras caught what Tiger said. No microphones picked it up. It was just a father and son, sharing a private moment in a very public space. And maybe that's how it should be. The viral moments will keep coming. The comparisons won't stop. The world will continue watching Charlie Woods with anticipation, projection, and impossible expectations. But somewhere in the middle of all that noise, there's a kid who just wants to play golf with his dad. Tiger's confession wasn't a confession at all. It was a glimpse, brief, unguarded, into what every parent feels when they watch their child succeed. Pride. Joy. A little bit of awe. And yes, maybe a playful kind of embarrassment, the kind that says, "You're becoming better than me, and I couldn't be happier about it." That's the truth behind the viral moment. That's the story that matters. Not the headlines. Not the speculation. Not the manufactured drama. Just a father loving his son. And a son finding his way. If that story resonates with you, if you believe the truth matters more than the noise, subscribe. Because we're not chasing clicks. We're chasing what's real. And that's worth fighting for.